Hello.
Hello.
We are the Dutch Stormers. We're back. We may have been away for a little while if you've been waiting for this video to come out, but then by the time the release schedule, who knows? We're glad to be here. We haven't played for a few weeks on the recordingness. I'm Ben.
I'm Derek.
My name is Nathan.
And I'm Johnny.
Wow, that was so much more smooth than the one we just tried to do before.
Yeah.
Let's
really good.
let's lie to them and say this is the first try, all right? Like,
Definitely. That's right.
First take. Definitely the
100%
first take.
first try. Yeah, first time,
We are
every
not-
time, boys.
We are
Jeez.
not rusty at all. So we did a couple of sessions, just fun ones with Johnny Dungeon Mastering, which we didn't record, which is always a foolish mistake to make because they were actually really cool.
Yeah,
It would have
well,
been
Johnny-
fun to broadcast.
Making stupidly good games that
Yes.
he knows I wasn't recording.
That's right. So
Yep.
the party went to the town of Innstadt, which is just a little bit further east than we've ever been before. The mismatched team that we are, and we fought in an arena. In the King's Celebration sort of arena matches, 3 really interesting different arena encounters, which were lots of fun. And we won the competition.
An idea that I came up with before seeing the D&D movie, not after.
Right. Because it was pretty similar.
It was.
Yeah.
Transforming arena, the crowds, the competition, the different things of having
Hang
to get to
on.
a certain. Yeah,
Did
that's
you
right.
Kind of good that we didn't record it, actually,
That's
because
right,
it would
yeah.
have been
It would have
really
been a
hard to...
rip-off. Yeah.
Copyright strike, copyright strike, copyright strike. Yeah,
that's
it was
great.
really fun. It was super cool. And we won. The team won. It was Eostra, Faradas, Suno, and Eressa. Murray's character played as well. And we won the competition. And it was glorious. And we had lots of fun. So
And
we're
it
going
was
to...
the evil mage behind the king that was the bad guy as well.
Yeah.
You totally ripped off the D&D movie.
They ripped me off. I came up with it first.
You did clearly, yes. Because movies generally take a week to develop. Why do I disappear? I'm disappearing.
My cat walked over. My cat walked over the My cat walked over the freaking thing. There we go.
Is this the dog ate my homework defense?
The cat pressed the video mixer.
The cat literally walked over the thing and pressed back, and deleted all my different things. It's all good.
It's
geez.
fantastic.
Wow.
Annoying. So the
Hello.
party... Yeah, hello. The party, or at least the party that's present here, has been involved in all sorts of sort of publicity and media and all that sort of stuff. And somehow, along the way, possibly related to her claiming that she was God, Eressa has garnished a lot of attention, and Eostra, also attention-hungry personality-wise, as pretty much pure, has attracted a lot of the attention as well. And the two of them, the party suddenly became known at some point as Eressa and Eostra's sort of, and others, and sort of various different things like that. You know, Team
It's like the old
Girl.
60s bands, like
that's
X-Person
right.
and the band.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Josie
and
and the Pussycats.
yeah, and so the rest of the party has sort of been sidelined, and you know they received their prize money, so that's really great, which was quite significant. I believe it was like 20,000 gold pieces or something, wasn't it, Johnny?
It's enough for us.
200,000, I think. Yeah.
How much?
Oh, wow.
I said 200,000.
That's right. Oh yes, definitely. So let's
Random
introduce our characters, and you'll all
I think-
find
we-
yourselves.
Didn't we end up with a pub?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you own the pub. Oh.
We own the tavern now.
Headphones, so I can't hear what you're saying.
Right.
La, 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 la. Yes.
Nathan, I think, particularly owns the tavern.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I
In
like you,
Innisfree.
Johnny. Thanks for keeping me honest.
Yeah.
The tavern was called. Oh, do we have
I
a
don't
name for the
remember.
tavern? Yes. Have you renamed
You
the
can probably
tavern?
rename it.
You can probably rename it.
Ooh. Put it down in the comments. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. What it's going to be called? Excellent. Name our pub. So we find ourselves in this glamorous establishment with the drunken bard playing happily in the corner, and hardly anyone there drinking because you know it's a sort of a quiet place. Let's introduce our characters and tell us how you've been.
It is a business. It's a vibrant
It is
business.
That's right.
None of
Tell
this.
us how you've been occupying
Diminished-
yourselves for the last, say, sort of week or so, a week and a bit. It's hard to tell. Time's sort of sliding in between beers. So yeah, tell us, Nathan, starting with you.
My
would you like to-
character's character's name is Faradis. And so Faradis is by far the most important out of the group. So he is a paladin. He is a dwarf. He is if you were to put him in a godly attitude, he would be one of beer, wine, and happiness and party. He is grumpy at all times except for when the party is going, and that is the only time he receives joy. He finally has armor. It's taken 2 years, but we've gotten there. And so with his armor, and finally, he is very, very tanky. He is what is if there was a rock and a hard place, he would be one of them. It's pretty much
what's
who he is, and
Faradis
now he
been
has a
doing?
pub.
Yeah, has he been running the pub? What's been involving his time primarily
Drunk.
for the last week and a half?
Let's be honest, he's been blind drunk for about a week and a half now. You could say it'd be a month. He's not sure. Look, if you counted the sober hours together, you could use one hand.
That's fantastic.
That's kind of where he's at.
Has this contributed to how the drinking establishment has sort of slumped?
Look,
in
they're getting a lot of
quality and
business.
patronage?
Not a lot of paid business, but a lot of
That's right.
business. So that's and my friends drink free.
Wow.
And when I mean
so,
free,
yes,
I
plenty
mean,
of-
I mean, when I mean free, I mean just a 10% discount. But you know, it's all in the fine print. All in the fine print.
That's right. That's right. That's fantastic. Faradis? Johnny? Not Faradis, Local.
Local. Yeah, so Local missed out on the arena adventures because Local has discovered a real love for the natural world, for the forest, and so he doesn't spend as much time in the city as his friends. He sort of comes in and out from time to time to kind of see what's going on, what he's missed out on. But finds any excuse to go bush once
So he's
again.
been leaving that. What sort of environment is around the town of Innstadt?
I don't know. Where are we? I think
Well,
it's
sort of the middle of the continent, really. Yeah. So
I think there's sort of some wooded areas as well as farmland. But yeah, I think being a furbolg, he quite enjoys being in the woods. So yeah, Local's a furbolg. I don't know if I mentioned
yes,
that.
you didn't mention that. Furbolg, what is he? A druid or no?
He's a barbarian / druid.
That's right.
A disappointment.
I started off as a barbarian, but we're sort of discovering his druid nature, his druid roots.
It's very cool.
So yeah, I'm up to three levels of each now. Exactly 50-50.
Oh, it sounds like a crossroads.
Yeah.
Choose your path.
Yeah,
the
which
path
way
of
you gonna go?
rage or the path of flowers. That's right.
Yeah. Rage or nature.
Yeah.
Or
Not that
rage
they're
and
necessarily
nature.
unrelated. Yeah, that's right. Stormy weather and whatnot, and sort of tsunamis and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes. Bit of
Cool.
both.
Wonderful. And Suno? Oh, you're silent. Yes, unmute.
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 There we go.
There we go.
Yay!
Yay!
Yes, so Suno is a Kalashtar monk, and so as a result, she has a very tight connection with the dream world and the dreaming. And when she moves quickly, her body kind of flows and becomes this spectrum of potential and chaos theory, and what's the other thing? Quantum mechanics. So yeah, she sort of exists partially in this realm and partially not. And she's gone on a very strong, rigid, weird back and forth journey about her identity, but has kind of come to the conclusion that she is actually the god of dreams, and is sort of starting to settle into that that reality and match up with her teammates. So
yes, Faradis has sort of settled in the prospect that he's possibly a deity by just getting completely smashed and avoiding
Yeah.
the facts. Or
I
thinking
can
about
see
it.
I can see the future and the past at the same time. Through drinking.
And that's right.
As many years as long as you've got alcohol.
So Sunos is relatively hard to pin down. Is that what you're saying? Just to go back to the relatively. Yes, that's right.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool. Lovely. So it's I mean, so you're stayed in the pub. What have you been doing over the last
Me?
week and a bit? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Suno's been spending more and more time in the dream realm and kind of sitting up in her room and meditating and kind of connecting to that space. Perhaps her friends might be getting maybe a little bit worried even about how much time she is not spending in the real world. So
Well, I wouldn't notice. I'm not in the real world either.
no.
That's fascinating. Everyone is basically retracted from society, or
That's right. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're rich.
That's right.
Because we're gods.
That's right. You don't need connected with the mere mundanities of normal life, and
Yeah, no. Except for Aressa.
Well,
who's
Aressa
gone
and
the other way.
Aostra, are
Oh, they
like
both have.
fated by society, and who knows what they're doing, but presumably they're off at parties and getting dressed up and getting sort of interviewed and sort of chased after for their opinions and they've really gone off the deep end in terms of sort of personal fame, which obviously all three of you sort of feel is a bit distasteful, or at least two of you find a bit distasteful, and Faradis just tastes
Doesn't
beer
care.
mainly, so that's right,
He
doesn't
can't
really care.
taste much, and he never had taste to begin with. So,
That's
I
right.
feel like he's rocking that.
Yep.
That's fantastic. So the pub, describe the pub to us as well a little bit. I mean, it's sort of it was highly successful business. It was a sort of classic sort of medieval pub. Are we talking sort of dark wooded sort of finishes, floorboards and walls and
Yeah,
round
lots of-
tables?
with lots of trophies on the walls and stuff like that, like big hunting trophies of mystical beasts that have just like some of them are real, some of them aren't, but they look enough like them that you could get away with it essentially. But
Yeah, because it was owned by Hendel,
Yes. Yep.
the now king.
Hendel Mist Creek.
who we teamed up with in
Yes.
the arena.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And he was very much a professional adventurer.
I suppose one of the reasons you've lost some money coming into the business is because the rooms upstairs are presumably occupied by all of you all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been trying to kick us out for a while.
That's
If I
right.
was
There's
to be
probably
honest.
6 rooms, and there's sort of 5 of you. And I mean, though Aressa and Aostra are sort of hardly ever back in their rooms. They're sort of more and more
But
absent.
they want to keep it, but they're not paying.
Oh
as
well,
much
they
as
need to keep their
should.
space. Absolutely, it's good to have someone to lock up your stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great if I was to be honest. Not great for business, but friends are friends, and you can't live with them, can't kick them out.
Fantastic. Well, things do genuinely start to sort of slide into sort of a slight sort of meaninglessness and pointlessness and restlessness and ennui after another day goes past. The 3 of you are down, sitting at a table, eating Faradis's food, presumably, which the cook you've still kept on
At a 10% discount.
at a 10% discount. That's right. Someone's going to
Well,
come
we're
up with
rich
this
now,
ledger
so
eventually.
that's we're not. You know what? No matter how drunk you get, Faradis does not forget.
That's right. Yes,
He does
that's
not
right.
forgive. He does not forget.
Fantastic. What appears like 2 new customers, which is becoming more and more remarkable over the last week, appear at the door. It's the door swings open gently, and there's a tall, grey-skinned half-orc, and accompanied by a small halfling. Well, not a small halfling, a halfling of some medium stature, average stature for a halfling. You think for a moment it's maybe you're feeling a bit guilty, Faradis. You think maybe it's Hendel who's come back to sort of retake the business, and but it doesn't. It doesn't appear to be Hendel once he walks in with the quite buff and tall half-orc.
Now these
They,
are not competitors in the last event, was it?
No, you don't recognize them. They're in travel clothes. So so very comfortable boots, which have a fair amount of dirt. I mean, you all sort of look them up and down, I suppose, and sort of have a quick assessment of where they are. And yeah, you quickly realise that it's possible that they've travelled far today. Even they haven't slept or cleaned off their gear. It's not like they're grubby or smelly. They seem reasonably well kept. But yes, the bottoms of their cloaks are a little damp, and their boots have mud on them. They look around.
Welcome.
And they look at the three of you, and you see them sort of someone very drunk in the corner who's singing quietly to themselves.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. They look around the establishment, and Clock Faradis, he says, "How are you?" And you see them kind of. The half-orc leans down to the halfling, and they say something quietly to each other. And the half-orc, surprisingly enough, walks up to the three of you. Says, I believe you are the three who competed in the arena.
Won the arena. Yes.
Indeed. Your reputation has spread far and wide as being capable of taking care of yourselves.
Actually, I wasn't in the arena. But my friends here were.
Indeed. And
Actually, I was just there for the last third of it.
You know who was there the whole time?
yes,
This guy.
powerful. Two powerful young women were also involved in the exploits. Are they available?
Powerful. Strong word.
They're in high demand.
Indeed, yes. Perhaps we've come too late to acquire their assistance, but perhaps you may be able to assist us nevertheless, unoccupied as you seem to be presently. It's very well spoken for a half-orc.
I'm.
Right.
You know what? I'm
What
not going
do
to
you
not disagree with
have
that.
in mind?
The halfling then speaks up. Says, we need you to retrieve something for us.
He talks.
Yes,
I love that. I'm surprised at the halfling talking. Nothing about the
No issue with the half-orc.
No, half-orc.
The eloquent
perfect-
half-orc.
In perfect common, absolutely
That's
fine.
right.
The halfling.
That's Yes, we need you to retrieve a statue that was stolen from our court. Yes,
Which
statue-
court are you from?
we are from says the half orc. We are from the court of Marrows.
And, excuse my ignorance. As a furbolg, I'm not particularly, aware of various... Where is this place?
We are in an adjacent town to the east.
Known?
I see.
Yes, the statue has little monetary value, says the half orc, but it is important to our king, the undefeated King Marrow, and the two of them across from their left shoulder down to their right hip.
Is it cursed?
Oh no, it's not cursed.
It's worth checking, though.
Oh, it is. Yes.
Do you remember? Yeah, he remembers.
Is it magical?
It is important to our king. It was stolen recently from our court, from in fact our courtyard. And two of them had a little chuckle together.
Gosh.
The thieves were tracked to this city.
This city.
Yes.
Oh, they're here.
Yes.
I give the
We
description
believe
of
the
John's character. Is that the person who stole them?
No, based on accounts from various witnesses, we believe the thieves were a member of an esoteric sect of the Church of Aostra, known as the Sodality of Silent Rites. We believe they are based in this city. We don't know why they would want the statue, but we suspect they intended to humiliate and embarrass our king, the undefeated king of Marrows. And they both cross themselves from their left shoulder
Yeah.
to their right hip again.
So
I believe
undefeated,
that
but they've
this-
lost this.
You can interrupt.
Questions.
Verbal.
Questions.
I believe this city is mostly devoted to Aressa.
Yes, indeed. And we believe there is a hidden cult who worships Aostra in here, hidden in the shadow markets to the east of the city. We paid a goblin named Melkar to chase down these rumors about the sodality and return with information. We think he may have information that would guide you. He doesn't have the capability to retrieve the statue, either by force or indeed, in fact, carrying it should he find it by himself. But you are large and strong and wily.
That's why we've got him.
That's right. Or carry the big thing.
I carry many things.
What would your king pay for the return of such a priceless investment?
Being
You expect the
undefeated and all.
halfling to speak up, looking kind of the intellectual one, but the half orc speaks up and says, "We would offer to pay you 400 gold pieces per person for the successful retrieval, and an additional 100 gold pieces each if you could achieve it undetected. We wish no link between us and the statue or its retrieval. The King of Marrows wishes no more embarrassment, as indeed he prefers to remain undefeated, at least in the public's eye." Well, he's strictly not undefeated if we retrieve the statue, is he? He's just in a state of flux.
So he's currently defeated, but not
Well,
But if we do it, he's undefeated.
yes. As far as the
And if
public,
nobody finds out,
yes. This
And
would be
how
very
much for nobody to
desirable.
find out?
100 gold pieces each. If
I look around to see if anybody else is listening.
I am very good at hiding.
you notice at that point, Derek, that,
No,
that,
you're
that
not.
half
No, not at all. Look at you.
10 feet tall. Blue
like a
skin.
tree in a
Built
field.
like a
Break
tree.
it to you, but sorry,
I
I
then
noticed-
go on for 10 minutes with like,
Yeah.
you look like a tree in a field. You're like a mountain on a meadow. You're like, and I just keep going on and on and on about what he is.
And you do notice in the meantime, Suno, that the old half orc who was drunkenly singing in the corner that we mentioned before, who was in my right earphone, has in fact gone silent and is listening intently, although he looks like he's just staring at his drink.
I'm giving him free drinks now, currently.
Yeah, he's kind of like an installation. Like he's always been at that table as well, when you arrived at this pub a few weeks ago. He was there, and the sale of the pub didn't seem to change anything about the fact that he always just comes and has a drink. So yeah, he's a regular customer. He keeps paying for the beer. So yeah, you're not complaining or questioning.
Well, then he's getting
Okay, I go over
he's
to
getting
him.
3 free steins. To shut
I
him
go
up.
over to him and
Yeah.
I say,
While
I say,
Paradis is still going.
yeah, I say 100 gold for you to keep this to yourself.
Oh, the half orc.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He looks up, and you see, as usual, he's been crying, like he does every night, just gently tears streaming down his face. What he's been drinking to forget, you haven't yet managed to determine. But half of a grin comes up on his face, presumably just because someone talked to him, and he says, "Oh, Yef, thank you."
And
He sounds
maybe
like-
buy some teeth with that.
Or a
He has teeth.
personality.
That's right. But they're mainly sticking out in front of his in front of his lips.
All right. I fix him with my steely gaze and I walk back to the halfling. There's nobody else in the bar?
No. Faradis has ensured that business has dribbled down to almost nothing.
No,
in the last week and a
Faradis
half.
has made it an amazing establishment. All right.
You can hear the hubbub from out on the street where there's a fair amount of stuff going on, but nothing inside the bar. Perhaps Handel has reneged on his promise to not take his customers with him when he leaves the organisation, and perhaps everyone's moved on with Handel.
Maybe.
He was pretty charismatic.
He was pretty charismatic. He ran a tight joint, and there was good service, and he had.
Hey,
always
can I do a
good-looking-
charismatic check, please? Just a
Charisma?
straight
charisma check? Yeah. To
How
try
is-
and be charismatic.
Okay, ready? Here we go. How did I go?
How did you go?
25. How is my bar going, man?
Terribly. You're not applying. You haven't been applying your copious charisma to enticing customers or encouraging and training the staff.
That's
or,
very fair.
yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
You have, however, strung together a scintillating series of couplets about how large and noisy the Furbolg is, and how that hiding is not really the thing that is him, and you know that sort of garners the appreciation, those slight impatience of the half orc and the halfling.
Well, I come back
Yes.
after attempting to scare the drunk
Yes.
guy. And I say, what was the name of your goblin friend?
Yes. The goblin friend's name is Melkar, and you shall find him at his stall. He's a tricky fellow. In the Sheltered Market on the east side. Everyone knows where it is. Famous
Sheltered
place.
Market. And
He'll be the only one, only goblin manning a store. It's a weapons store. It's a weapons stall. He apparently, hopefully, has information. We will be leaving the city promptly to remain invisible as far as this town is concerned. The King of Marrows must not be seen to be connected at all with this affair.
you could stay here. Nobody's going to see you.
Yeah.
I'm giving you an
Pretty
inspiration
stealthy.
point for that. There's a hero point where you can use that as for a re-roll.
Wow.
At any point you're like,
Wow.
Oh dear.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, yeah. So
They seriously consider that for a moment, but we will withdraw from the city and camp in the forest to the west. Or if once you have retrieved the statue, you may merely exit the gates and travel west along the road, and we shall watch out for you. Conspicuous as you are, as the dwarf has pointed out. The half smiles fondly at the Furbolg, up at him.
nice.
I do like that forest to the west. I have some friends there you might see.
Friends who are safe and friendly?
They're friendly to me.
Do they
not what
know
he
your
said.
name? May we use your name and say we are waiting to meet you there?
If you have the ability to communicate with them, you may use my name.
They look at each other. I think he means trees. Yes, we shall call out to the and be kind. We will only burn fallen wood. Sounds like a good idea.
Don't mess with the birds as well.
Yeah.
All the animals.
Very well. So,
Nobody.
you know what you're doing? Find Melkor, and he shall give you further leads.
No. Thank you.
Retrieve the statue, and the king of Marrow will be ever grateful to you.
Does the statue have a name, by the way? What does it look like?
It's just an anonymous statue. It stood a long time in our courtyard. It is-
I'm gonna. Can I just roll like what is it?
Insight?
Yeah,
Yes.
insight. Can I roll insight because
Yeah.
they are being shady as all hell.
Okay, good. And while you do that, the half-orc says, "It is of an angelic figure kneeling, holding out a book. She has been outside for quite some time, and it appears she is crying. Some take it as miraculous, but we believe it is mold."
Is it of Eostra? Is it a divine statue?
Oh no, not Eostra. This is the halfling.
Who
An
then?
angelic figure. She is winged, but she's not an angel.
Demon.
Oh no,
I'm-
there are
I'm a
no
little bit-
horns.
I'm a little bit excited. I'm actually wanting to go.
What did you get in your insight check?
14
Oh, yeah.
for me.
14.
I got
There's-
16 for mine.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell.
Derek?
They're clearly people whose business is to, to they're like Pinkertons, you know. Their business is to, sort of to do deals and communicate things and take, like they're agents. So
They're a neutral party.
they're a neutral party.
They're
That's
a
right.
third party. Okay.
All right.
Well,
Let's go.
I see no reason to delay. Let us go. Faradis, put down the beat.
But.
All right, bring
I
it with you.
slowly put
You
the bead
can
out.
bring it with you if you want. It's
Thank
your tankard.
That's true.
I pick up a small barrel and I attach it to my waist. And by small, I mean enthusiastically. It's an enthusiastic size.
And you,
So
and
It'd be
you'll,
small if I was carrying it.
you'll collect your equipment and everything.
I don't see a reason to.
Sorry, stupid question. And yeah, as you turn to yourselves and discuss like this kind of little conversation, let's leave, blah 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 blah. You barely notice the two of them just slip out the door. In fact, you just look up, Suno, to realize the door is swinging silently on its hinges, as if they were never there. Never there. They clearly were. They just took their leave as they were able to. You quickly collect your equipment. Is there anyone who can take care of the place in your absence? I mean, you could.
Yes,
You know,
there's a dwarf there with one hand.
young one hand, is he?
Yeah, yeah. His
How does he pour the beer?
He's an apprentice at the moment, so we don't have to pay him much. But his name is, but it's the other hand compared to the other one, so you know. We call him Righty
Righty.
He
That's
ain't-
right.
because he's all that's left.
That's right. Excellent. Okay, so you head out into the streets of Innstadt, heading towards. Well, you actually don't know about the sheltered market. Do you just sort of ask on the street, sort of, how do I get to the sheltered market?
We don't know of it.
Not
So
really.
I've got two things that I've written down. I've
Okay.
got the shadow market and the sheltered market. Are they two different things?
That's presumably what they said. I suppose it's hard to tell. They most recently called it the sheltered market.
Okay.
You could probably ask for both those things.
Yeah, I'll start with the sheltered market and see.
Yeah,
What
so
the
you
populace
could
say.
you just grab someone on the street and say, can you direct me to the sheltered market? And she just goes, oh, yes, across the river, and just a little bit further to the east, you'll recognise it's a massive obsidian dome. But you be
Obsidian
careful,
dome.
man. You be careful, mind, going there. All sorts of crime and questionable. And she sort of just walks off muttering about sort of, people with red shoes and different political leanings and black
those
market
kind of
this and tax avoidance and
Sounds good.
All right, we head off in that
head
direction.
You head off in that direction, and indeed you do cross the river after another couple of interactions, just try and ensure that you're heading the right direction, you do find this massive obsidian black. Whether it's actually obsidian, who knows? It is certainly shiny and it's large and it's black. And you pass through a sort of a big double door type thing that looks like it's lockable, maybe 20 feet wide, sort of 20 feet high. It doesn't seem to be guarded or anything, but you pass inside and you just think Las Vegas. So completely enclosed walkways with stars painted on the ceiling, a black sky like it's nighttime, and then just the dots of light. Maybe there's magical lights up there or something. They look like pinpricks in the heavens. It's quite an enchanting environment. It means that the whole place is dimly lit. And you do see stall after stall and alleyway after alleyway that's sort of built up as a kind of a sort of semi-shanty town kind of style within this area.
I clutch my purse just a little bit tighter.
Yeah, that's
Or
right.
maybe I wrap it and stuff it in my pants or something. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm gonna go investigate and
Excellent.
look around the different stalls. Obviously, I'm looking for a goblin selling weapons.
You see a lot of people having, conversations. It seems like there's a level of ambient sort of, chatter that's echoed a little bit from the ceiling, from the roof, which is lofty at most points, obviously, and comes down in a semi-spherical kind of fashion near the edges of the market. A walla, a chatter that's well enough to securely cover any sort of nefarious conversations that people might like to have with each other. There are also signs up about the place with Miss Twyla Loop's edicts. And whether they are changed regularly or something, they seem to be kind of scrolled up in charcoal. But today's offences, however long they last, but at least current, are listed as wasting another's time, and just says 25 gold pieces next to it. Failure to praise the Black Prince upon completion of a purchase, and it says 50 gold pieces. Insulting
50?
a merchant or damaging their reputation, 150 gold pieces. And these are just scrolled up. There are black-clad, they look like private security, possibly guards making their way through. I don't know whether they seem to be trying to not suppress sort of theft or anything, not so much as suppress, sort of noise or disorder or whatever.
Enforce these bizarre rules.
And you do notice, indeed, whiling through the crowds, what look like pickpockets, sort of small creatures or children sometimes. And you do, I presume. Well, do you advise the others to secure their persons?
Yeah. I show them what I'm doing and indicate that they should do it too.
I put both my wallet and barrel down my pants.
They're occasionally an impressed dwarf walks past us.
That's pretty funny.
Excellent. So you're going to basically walk around trying to find this goblin's weapons stall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Can we we can't I can't see over the stalls and just spot him, can I?
Well, he's the only goblin. We were told he is the only goblin down here, and he has a stall selling weapons. That's the two pieces of information we have
Sure.
currently on him.
Yeah, so walk around. Yeah, walk around trying to find it. I mean, you're going to inevitably find him, whether you sort of have to resort to a sort of a systematic approach or just keep wandering.
Well, he's the
so
only
give us.
he's the only goblin, so that we can just ask for a goblin, can't we?
Well, you're going to find a goblin. If there are 3 goblins, you're going to find a goblin to approach. So give me a survival check.
Oh. All right.
22.
10.
I can't reach 22. I got a 6.
No.
I think we'll go with
win.
the 21.
22 sounded good.
The dwarf and the furbolg are distracted by aromas, both exotic and sweet, and that waft across the room. So the baklava type sweets and things like that, sort of from various different stands. Suno, who's disconnected from the matters of the world, the conscious waking world, finds these, not nearly as distracting, and managed to spot, indeed, a small green leathery skinned goblin perched on a high stool with a table with a thick red sort of velvet cloth and a series of nasty looking daggers and hooked knives and sickles and things laid out on it. This is surely Melkar, the goblin weapon vendor. Do you want to listen out for any sort of chitter chatter as well, rumours and things going around?
Yeah, sure.
Passing shreds of conversation.
Yeah.
Sure.
So may give us perception checks, everyone.
Sure. Hopefully I roll better this time. Nope, 10 again.
Yeah, I got 10 too.
Here it comes.
We're relying on Nathan for a good
That's
one.
right. Yay! You don't catch any of the snippets of conversation that pass
Okay.
you. As I said,
Nope.
it's too much ambient noise. It's right.
I think
right.
I think I'm, compared to being out in nature,
Yeah.
the whole thing is pretty oppressive.
Yeah.
Overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And besides, the furball's ears are too high to catch.
This is the kind of situation
That's
that I'm
right.
trying to avoid
That's right,
by
yeah,
not
yeah.
spending too much time in a city.
That's right.
I've
yeah.
come to a packed market.
Disease and immorality and anti-nature. I mean, they block the flame and sky.
They can't even see the real
You
sky.
can't even see
Yeah.
the real sky. Yeah, typical, yes, townies who think it's a great thing. It is quite horrifying in Vegas going in these places. You can walk around for hours not knowing what time of day it is, whether it's light or dark or yes.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
not my scene.
No.
I stroll up to this goblin. You said there was some knives. There was some.
Yes. Yeah. Knives and sickles and
Yeah.
things that maybe look like arrows, but you can have a handle on them. Or sort of, yeah.
So I pick up a particularly wicked-looking dagger and I sort of look at him and I say, "This is the kind of weapon that would be pretty silent, right?"
Yes, silent and deadly. Very useful if you want to kill someone without them realizing they're even dead.
So
You want to buy? 20 gold pieces, that one. Very special.
I just
very
want to make
nasty.
sure. I want to make sure that it's silent, right?
Yes, it's silent. Just look at it. It's dark and black and smooth. A blade with a matte finish will slide happily into flesh.
But what about the solidarity of silent right?
Solidarity? Or I can't even remember the word myself.
Sodality.
Sodality.
Yeah, roll for
Sodality of
intelligence,
silent.
then.
Right.
Sodality? What do you mean?
I mean,
He leans forward.
we are looking for the statue of Marrows.
You come into the back room with me.
And he quickly reaches forward and pulls the velvet thing up, and all the weapons go chicka 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 ching. Very possibly how you would never do it if you really owned all these weapons. Were trying to sell them, like they're all bashing against each other. And then he sort of indicates for you to put the dagger in,
Yes, I throw it in.
and then and so quickly ties it up, and then just grabs it and just and throws it over his shoulder.
Come with me.
And he heads off to a kind of it's kind of a back area. It's really kind of an alleyway where all various different stalls have been chucking sort of old leftover crates of bananas and crepes and things that they haven't sold. There's probably some lemons and all sorts of things back there, yeah.
Come.
All right, I follow him. Do the guys see? Do the other two see me go?
Yeah, do you follow, I presume?
Yes.
Reluctantly.
Yeah. The
And
smell
somewhat
is what really
distractedly.
upputs us.
Oh, the whole
So-
thing, the smell, the sound, the fact that I can't see the sky.
That's right.
So, Guana and Brithia sent you today?
Sorry, what were their names? One.
Guana?
And Prithia? They sent
Sure.
you, did they? This is
The
the first time.
half-orc and the halfling? Yes.
This is the first time you've heard the name. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have information. Have you been tasked with retrieving the statue?
Well, yes. Tell us what you know.
I have two people who might help you. Two people who know where the sect is. The sect who I'm sure they had the statue. Yes. Nasty sect. Sect of Aostra. He spits on the ground.
I spit on the
Nasty.
ground as well. I want that
Why
noted.
are they nasty? Why are they nasty? What have they done?
Nasty sect. They keep to themselves. They keep their money to themselves. Aostra. And he spits.
I spit on the ground.
Nasty god. Oh, yucky person. Greedy. Vengeful. Yes.
Terrible.
I have two contacts. Zevon, yes. Zevon doesn't like them either.
Yeah.
He hates them. He would betray them. He used to be one of them. He knows how to get you into their secret hideout. But also there's another option. Yes, there is. A cleric. Lina. She is friendly with them. She also worships Aostra. Yucky name. She worships her. She has good friendly dealings with the sect of Sodality. Yes. They would probably let you in if she brought you. I don't know which is the best tactic. I came up with two, so you can choose. And then it's not my fault if it goes horribly wrong. Yes. You spit as well. You don't like Aostra? That's good. I've got to spit almost. Ugh.
And he's run out of spit.
So what do you think? Do you want to go with Zevon or Lina? Zevon's nasty. Zevon used to work with them. Zena will sneak you in. Zevon knows where the door is. But Lina could walk you right in, and she wouldn't even know you were there to steal the statue. That would make me happy.
Why did they steal the statue in the first place?
I don't know. I've just been following them. I followed their movements. They are very strange. They have bought a basilisk. They bought a basilisk here in the market. They bought a basilisk in a cart and took it back there. I don't know what they want with a basilisk.
Turn people to stone, presumably.
Yes, they do, don't they? But they've already got a stone thing. Do they want? Maybe they like statues. They want more statues.
What does the stone look like, little halfling?
The statue you're meant to retrieve. The kneeling angel holding out a book. She looks like she's crying. But it's just mold, I think.
You think it's mold
Right.
as well?
She has wings, great wings like an angel, but she's not an angel. Doesn't look like an angel.
What does she look like?
Yeah.
She looks too worldly to be an angel. Not vacant. Angel statues always look so glassy-eyed, and they look up to heaven. She looks sad. She looks concerned. She looks worried. She looks like she's pleading. Angels don't plead for anything. Angels have everything they need. At least that's the way they carve them.
Can you show me, like, how she is posed? Show me.
Yes.
Oh yes,
right
I caught
now.
a glimpse. I caught a glimpse of the statue as they pulled it down the shadow alley. Yes, and he kneels down on his. So he's lying on his front of his legs, yeah, like kneeling on the
Okay.
ground, but leaning right down, so his feet are stretched out. And there are wings here, big wings, as big as a person each. And she's holding out a large tome, a large book. And her eyes are closed, and she's frowning. And there's tears coming down her eyes in black liquid. Yes. The Lord of Marrow really wants his statue back. And you're going to get it, and then I shall get my reward too. Double pay I shall get.
What's your pay?
Ooh, my pay. My pay. That's my business. Yes, my business.
No. Tell me now, or you get nothing. We have spoken.
You tell me your business first. You tell me your pay first.
I just tell him a number.
That's
The number?
Yep.
400 gold pieces.
You didn't negotiate as well as I did you?
I don't like him.
we. No, we don't. I don't like him either. All right. I stand up and I say, all right, go back to your stall. Remain there until we come back.
Yes. Okay. I might sell some of this terrible stuff. Yes. Little side hustle. I've sunk all of my fee into these weapons, yes. Possibly wasn't wise.
And he goes off, you hear this clatter as it crashes the bag down onto the table, possibly dulling these flames even more. And he rolls it out, leaving the three of you in a quintessential back alley to have a nefarious conversation about which way to turn. And then perhaps you should make the decision, perhaps, and then we should take a break, I suppose.
Okay. So we have Zavan, who hates the sect, but used to be one of them and can get us in there secretly. And what was it, Lena, the cleric?
Yep.
And she was friendly with the sect and is a part of the sect and can get us in the front door. Classic front door, back door conundrum. Anyone got any preferences?
I'll leave it to you, Derek. I
We
reckon
were told originally that we'd get paid more if we could
For
get
sneaking.
the statue without anyone knowing we'd been there.
Yes.
Which makes me think that the first option is the better one.
We're not
I'm with
exactly
you.
inconspicuous. If we go
Look,
in the
can I be
front way,
honest?
people are going to notice.
My stealth check is not great, but
But I
I'm
have-
just going to be honest.
I have passed without trace.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Then we have an answer.
So all the jokes about me being
Yeah.
stealthy.
Who's laughing
Does
now?
pass without trace give you?
Mum.
Does it
Plus 20
does it
on
give you
stealth
plus
checks?
10
Plus
stealth?
It
20 or
gives
something?
every
Within a-
creature I choose within 30 feet of me, including me, a plus 10 bonus to Dex stealth checks.
So I'll be
And
at
that
a
can't be
+9.
can't be tracked except by magical means.
Then yeah, that's much better.
That's pretty huge, yeah.
For up to an hour.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
Nice.
I like where this
I
is going.
like it.
It's my new second level spell when I leveled up. Spending all that time in the forest, I've learnt a new
That's pretty epic,
ability.
actually.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stick with the silent tree. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah.
And by tree, I mean
I like the silent approach as well. What's our policy on killing these people? Is Eostra going to be mad at us if we kill the?
I
spit
don't
on the
think
ground
she
and say
likes her
name,
followers,
just out of
does
habit.
she?
Yeah.
She doesn't seem crazy about them, no. And
Yeah.
heck, she doesn't need to know
She'll
either.
mind too much.
Like we've run into
Okay.
so many of her followers who are just not the greatest people.
My
I
other
don't think she'll
my other
mind.
curiosity with this whole thing is, I'm still not convinced that we're with the good guys. I don't actually trust
Yeah.
anyone that we've talked to yet. So I'd like to kind of suss out whether we want to actually help these people. I mean, they're paying us, so we do want to help. But to what extent?
I reckon it's worth going in quiet to see before we go in quiet and see what's happening before we steal it back.
Okay.
That's just me.
For sure. Yeah, let's do that.
Sneaky.
Do we have to dull your armor somehow? Do we have to pad it so that it doesn't clank and?
Oh, I'm already running at -1 stealth at disadvantage. So
I,
So
I
problem
need
is
to
I
either
hate to say, ask it.
take
but
my
can
armor
you
off.
go without?
Can you take off the armor?
No, I can do that.
Wow.
Because if I carry it, it'll just take me 2 rounds to get it back into it. Wow, Ben. Thanks for the adventure, but
An adventure where the only problem is having any armor on of any kind. That's right.
oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
And with that, I think we should take a break and
I agree.
we'll come back
All
to
right.
you very shortly.
Oh, yeah.
That's so
We will be
fantastic.
back after this. Bye.
Bye.